Hello everybody, son Adelaja here, and I'm continuing to do my charge to Nigeria and to Nigerians. Today, my charge is to the Minister of Interior, Mr. Aregbesola, or Malam Aregbesola. Now, Mr. Aregbesola used to be the governor of Osun State, and he was appointed as the minister in charge of Interior. Minister of Interior. Now, let me tell you about my encounter with Mr. Aregbesola. I've never met him, I've never seen him, but I have a lot of faith in him. Now, I know that by me saying this, a lot of people are going to throw stones at me, and they are going to criticize me and attack me because he didn't pay salaries, he didn't, they said he destroyed Osun State, he was corrupt, all kind of accusations against him. But personally, I don't know him to be that. I am talking about Aregbesola that I know. I know that it's not popular in Nigeria to come out and speak against the popular notion and to come out and, contradict the general opinion of everybody. But I don't know how you know him. Maybe if you know him as being as corrupt, yeah, to you he could be a corrupt man. If you know him as somebody that is irresponsible in his governance, that is who you know. But I know another person. And the fact that you all know him to be evil or to be bad doesn't mean that I have to agree with you and think he is bad, unless you provide the evidence. And people will say, oh, what kind of evidence do you need when he couldn't pay the salary of his worker when he was there? But I have other evidences of what he did. And for me, I have seen a man that has a very, very progressive mindset, a man that is human, that has a heart for the people, a man that loves people, despite politics, and despite the fact that he's a Muslim, while I'm a Christian pastor. I see a man that is brilliant, intelligent, and that has the understanding of what he wants for his people. So I believe this man, and that's why I'm doing this video. I'm making this video to express my belief in him that he will be in the position to transform the Ministry of Interior. I want to believe that Mr. Aregbesola will do a good job, and he will do in that ministry what no other minister had done before him. And he will bring a lasting watershed change, so much that in years and centuries and decades to come, people will be referring to what he has done. That is my hope. That is what I hope that Mr. Aregbesola will be able to do, and that's what I want to. That's why I want to express to him what I am expecting from his government, and from his rule, and from his tenure as the Minister of Interior of Nigeria. So maybe I should tell you my story, my encounter with him, before I begin to give my charge. I didn't know this man from anywhere, but I pick up my pen, and I decided to write to him one day, because there was a student here in Ukraine from his state, and this lady was stranded, was about to be kicked out of the university, so she was coming to me for money. So I supported her a few times, and then I discovered that, hey, you said it was your governor that gave you, or your state that gave you the scholarship to come here. Why is it that you are not, going there to ask for the help and things like that? So I said, who is your governor? She said, oh, I'm from Osun State. I said, can you find me the email of your governor? So she got me the email. She just said, I don't know the email. I said, go to the website. I said, let's try. So she went to the website, got me the email of this governor, Aregbesola. I'm sure the man never knew me, and I didn't know him for sure. I just followed the email on the website. Yeah, on their website, the state website, government website. And I wrote a letter to Mr. Aregbesola about this poor lady that is almost stranded and was about to be kicked out of her school in Ukraine. And I said, will you do something about it? The man swung into action. He replied me, first of all, from nowhere. He replied me and said, let the lady contact me. The lady contacted him. He sent money and gave scholarship to the girl. He doesn't know the girl. He doesn't have any idea who the girl is. He said, you are from my state. We are going to resolve it. And he did. And the lady is graduated now. Another instance, a woman lost her husband, and she was a petty trader. And during the campaign or something like that, or the woman just went to the governor and said, hey, my husband died, and I have these 2 children that I'm, that I'm struggling to raise. One of them is going to school. The minister, this man, the governor said, come and see me in the office. The woman showed up in the office. Guess what? He received her, gave her some money, helped her to set up some things, and gave scholarship to the children. Somebody that she didn't know from anywhere. So I don't know whatever you people will say about Aregbesola, is this and that, but from my own personal encounter with him, I can say that this is one man that is giving me hope for Nigeria. Besides that, let me tell you another story. There was a school, I think it was a medical school, or there was a, these universities that are mushrooming all over Nigeria. I don't know the full story, but I think it's something, it goes like this, that this school had declared that they were going to have a medical faculty, and I think it was a private university, but they didn't get a license to be able to practice medicine or train medical doctors, but they had what do you call it? They had admitted in the students, the medical students. So they admitted first year medical students, second year medical students, third year medical students. All these people were studying, but they were going to finish, and there was no certificate. They were not going to get their graduation papers. So I think this government later on closed that department or something, and this was happening before Aregbesola came to power. The previous government, they just neglected them, the plight of these students and everything. But what this Aregbesola did, when he came, he said, okay, this happened in my state. It doesn't matter how many you are. He gave scholarship to all of them. Either you are from the east, you are from the north, you are from the west, you are from any other states, it doesn't matter where you are from. If you enter into that university, that private university, and you are deceived, I'm going to resolve the problem. And this man offered scholarship and gave scholarship to every one of those students. First year, second year, third year, I think. All those people that was scammed, that were deceived, and I saw them. They all came to Ukraine. I saw them with my own eyes. I know some of them. In fact, some of you know Dr. Success. Dr. Success, Yemi Success. Check him out on Facebook. Go and cross-check this story from him. Yemi Success and other people, they were all given scholarship because they were duped in their university. And this man did it and didn't have anything to gain for it. And I've discussed with all the students that are coming from that state, and they were just saying it's misunderstanding. This man is hugely misunderstood. He's one of the best leaders Nigeria has ever produced. And I'm sure of the kind of comment I'm going to be receiving right now, but I don't care what people say. My own encounter, my own experience with this guy gives me faith in him. And I really want to hope that he will do something in the Ministry of Interior. First of all, he has started doing some things. I like the response. I like your response, Mr. Minister, when this issue of American visa came about. His response to the American visa ban for Nigerians is commendable. And he's trying to do something about it, and he's, proposing solution, and, they are working on it. So I like the response. I also like the fact that under your government, you've been able to introduce visa-free for all Nigerians, all Africans coming to Nigeria. With that visa-free policy, which is under Foreign Affairs Ministry and Interior is a huge, huge breakthrough for our country and for our continent. So I want to commend that as well. Also, your determination to fix the prisons is commendable. But that is right now, I've not seen the result on that. It's just determination. But I really want to express my hope that you'll be able to bring the Nigerian prisons to the world standard and, elevate the suffering of ordinary people. Concerning visa, my hope and my wish, Mr. Minister, is that you will help us to get to a place where Nigeria will be issuing e-visas. E-visas. E-visa is the future of visa, for nations. And there are few countries that already started using e-visa, because a lot of people from the West, especially, even if you don't want to introduce e-visa in the case of every country in the world, I will encourage you to introduce e-visa for citizens and of Western countries or European countries and Americans, people who have the capacity to bring investment to our nation. Let them not be waiting all that long queue to get their visa at the embassy. And I want to also commend the fact that now most of the foreigners and especially investors can get visa at the point of entrance. That is good, but also e-visa is another thing we could add to that. Okay, the visa on arrival, I've already mentioned it, is commendable, but right now it's not general for everybody. The visa on arrival is just for investors and some few categories, diplomats and some few categories of people, politicians. But I think that visa on arrival policy should be extended to everybody. That is what Kenya has done. That is what Tanzania has done. That's why most of these countries that are, having a high level of tourism have done. And I think that, Minister, you could facilitate the introduction of visa on arrival for all foreigners who are not Africans. Thank God the Africans issue is being resolved and they can now come in without visa. But for foreigners, for Europeans, people that want to create good impression about our country, they must not be going through the hell of trying to go through the embassy, through Nigerian embassy. It's just crazy. Even if you are going to have them to pay on arrival, let them pay, but let them have the possibility of getting that visa on arrival. Even if it's going to be 10 times higher on arrival, people will be willing to pay than not even have that choice. Now, the next thing I want to say is that your ministry could attract Nigerians in diaspora, even though they are citizens of England, America, Germany, France, and other countries. But Nigerians in America, even the Nigerians who are born in diaspora, like my own children, they will be very willing to come back to Nigeria, especially if you have a special program for them, a special visa program for Nigerians who are in diaspora. Just like Ghana did. Ghana did it not just for Ghanaians in diaspora, but Ghana did it for all African diaspora, all descendants of Africans that are in diaspora. They did a special visa for them and a special program for them, entry program. And now a lot of African Americans are going to Ghana and they are making, and they are adding to the development of the country and especially the economic development of that country. I think Nigeria should do something like that for people, everybody that is of Nigerian extract, that they should have either double citizenship or they should have a special program that will allow them to reintegrate back to the nation. The other thing I want to say, Mr. Minister, is that we should choose some countries. We should look for countries that have the most interest in Nigeria or the most investment in Nigeria to attract tourism from them. I think we should do special outreaches, special visa outreach to countries that have the potential to bring in investment to Nigeria. Either we waive visa for them, we do visa free for them, or we'll do just visa, on arrival for them, or we'll do just make the process of getting visa so easy so that we'll be able to attract not just investment but tourism as well, and we're from countries that are having the money to spend. Now, the other thing that I would like you to take care of, Mr. Minister, is to do something about our embassies. I know the embassies are not directly under your supervision, but I think we have some relationship with them. The embassies, Nigerian embassies all over the world, are grossly ineffective, and the inefficiency, has just reduced the image and the reputation of Nigeria as a whole. And I think we could, if we deprive them, or not really deprive them, but if we save them the troubles of issuing visa, but bring the visa process into visa on arrival, it will maybe lift the burden and the weight of responsibility and the weight of work that is on these embassies, so that they will be able to have less burden and become more effective as a result. But and what I really hope is that, just like with African countries that we have done visa-free, that they will reciprocate. They will reciprocate for us, and also make visa-free for all Nigerians going to African countries. But I hope if we do something similar to citizens of other Western and European countries, that maybe they too will reciprocate and begin to allow, maybe not all of them, but maybe some of them will begin to allow Nigerians to also come either visa-free or visa on arrival. I will encourage you to also introduce a form of registration and the enforcement of identity card in Nigeria. I know people are working on that already, but the work on identity card has been going on in Nigeria for the past 30 years, as long as I can remember. But I really want to urge you, Mr. Minister, to introduce biometrics to Nigeria. I think we should introduce biometrics. We should, every Nigerian that wants to do anything should first of all go through biometrics. If they want to buy a telephone, they should have their biometrics. If they want to go to the hospital, they should have their biometrics. If they want to do anything whatsoever, there must be a biometric on every Nigerian. And I think that should have something to do with the Ministry of Interior. Under your ministry, you have local governments as well. And that's another thing I want to talk about. The worsening standard of living in Nigeria is connected to the fact that the local governments are not taking care of their immediate constituency. So I think that you as the minister need to really come up with a strategy on how to assess the government by what is done at the local level. And there must be some guidelines, there must be some instructions given to the local government to really track their records and their work, and to be able to see that the roads are functioning in the local government, the primary, secondary, and hospitals are working, and that the people will begin to feel the presence of government thanks to the effectiveness and efficiency of the local government. So I think if you will be able to make the local governments more effective, that the government of Buhari and the government in Nigeria will be appreciated better, and the ordinary people, the most vulnerable of Nigerians, will be able to see that there is the benefit of democracy coming to their doorstep. I also want to encourage you to do something about the police and the corruption in the police. I know you are one man that could be able to do that. The bribe, the police traffic and the abuse of people, and the sense of brutality and killing of people. I think you should be able to, your ministry and you as a man will be able to handle that. So those are my hope and my charge regarding the new Minister of Interior. And I hope this will get to him and he will be able to implement some of the good things that we have suggested today. For the love of God, church and nation, peace. Sunday Adelaja here. If you believe in nation building principles, please like this video, share it with your friends, and let's change our nations together.